Just some morning thoughts as I get ready to walk the dog. What if my involuntary stress response is the symptom of shitty genetics from my mother? My video, my reaction last night, man, there's still blood like fucking crazy. Reminded me of my mother. She would go psycho under stressful situations and beat the shit out of us. So, shitty genetics. This could be offset with help, care, and support. You would think I would get help. I think I would get help, care, and support from the government, from my family, from society, from fucking somebody. No. Now you might think it's a political thing, because I'm in a red state and the Bible Belt, very conservative, but when I lived on Vashon Island, the struggle was still there. They were more conservative in many ways when it came to money. If it wasn't for double standards, Vashonites would have no standards at all. And that goes for the rest of the Puget Sound in general. So, none of them will admit to this day that marijuana activates and exacerbates schizophrenia, or that I even had schizophrenia. That's how hardcore they hold on to their lies. So, yeah. Anyway, another thought. This whole Hunter Biden thing, it's this weird thing the government does where they pretend to care and acknowledge, and then nothing happens. I remember that, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I got an Instagram account again, and it's very strange. I think Pornhub recently admitted they were pushing a gay agenda, and I'm pretty sure Instagram is doing a similar thing. Pedophilia, which is the same thing, right? And, good boy, I want to go for a walk. Yeah, so Instagram would start off with like normal adult models who are really not very pretty, but their clothes are off, so you don't really notice. And it's like the priming facilitation in psychology, right? They gradually take your desire and redirect it, slowly moving it over to other things. Like trannies and fats and blacks and children, literally. Instagram had little girls, like single-digit age girls, twerking and stripping and acting like sluts. And they were suggesting it in the Explore page. Now, to me, this was child pornography. A few of those children were definitely getting naked. And I reported it to the FBI. The FBI did nothing. Nothing happened. Those posts stayed up. It was very, very confusing. The only explanation was the Trumpers are right, and there's a whole deep state conspiracy. But they would pretend, right? Because, like, the deep state who runs the world, the Jews, the Freemasons, whatever, whoever they are, whatever they are, they had a company that started putting these ads out saying, oh, have you been negatively harmed by social media? We're trying to sue social media, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't actually stopping any of the bad things from happening that these fucking billionaire, multi-trillionaire globalists are doing. This is just a pretend thing, right? And sure enough, it didn't stop any of those things. Come on, let's go outside. So, yeah. And that can evolve even further. Who's a good boy? It's gonna get dark. We're gonna go outside and send the night out. To the whole Trump fiasco in general, I mean, the Trump supporters backed the blue, but the blue did not back them. I don't know exactly what's going on in law enforcement. It can't just be that they're all brainwashed by Facebook, but it made no sense that the police were taking a knee and raising their fist for the group that was screaming, kill the police and defund the police, and attacking the group that had the back the blue slogan and flags. Now I know it's a little more complicated, but that's about the gist of the majority of what happened. And that's crazy because if social media is responsible for a lot of this, right? Brainwashing police and the masses in general, then, well, so this is the thing. To get popular on social media, you cannot be honest and intelligent. Me, for being honest and intelligent, am suppressed. And I'm not even the most intelligent either. There are intelligent things that are allowed, but only if it's feeding into a certain, agenda and a certain goal and a certain narrative. So the most popular people on social media tend to be dumb. And it's like you have to be more dumb and more dishonest to get ahead, right? To gain more money and stuff like that. So how is that? That doesn't make any sense. How is social media, which is just a popularity contest and a social engineering mechanism controlled by moderators who censor things in a weaponized manner politically, etc., how the fuck is that really having more power than, law enforcement or even the FBI, etc.? Shouldn't the FBI be regulating social media and not social media regulating the FBI? Shouldn't the government be regulating Facebook, not Facebook regulating the government? It's wild to me. It doesn't make any sense. And that reminds me of how corrupt that whole Hunter Biden thing is, right? So right now, he's running from the law or whatever is going on. I don't even want to talk about it that much. It's fucking just more pageantry for the poors. Politics is theater for the slave class, right? But if the law was moral and not corrupt, he would have been charged for these crimes 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Had he been charged 10 years ago, they would have been prevented from getting worse. It's almost like they were allowed to happen deliberately. And on that same, roughly the same day that the president's son runs from the law, dodges a subpoena, whatever, the president approves another $200 million for Ukraine. What? What the how corrupt has the United States become? This is our current state of affairs. And, the marijuana, the porn, that essentially, and Christianity, of course, psychologically neutered the masses so much that it prevents a revolt. It's preventing Civil War II. It's preventing an uprising when there should have been one a very long time ago. But it's that boil the frog syndrome, right? The priming effect. Yeah.